I took you to church. And you proceeded to have a gay experience with the worship leader. The female worship leader.
I do think that it happens to the best of us.
I don't even know what was going on when I met you. I'm trying to think.
You were a psychology major.
I was a psychology major because I thought if I learned enough about therapy, I wouldn't have to go.
Did it work?
I think the whole time you were like, hey, girl.
Hey, what if you studied something else?
Hey, girl, what if you thought about that for a second? And I dropped out of grad school.
She did.
For psychology, per the advice of my friends. And I'm really grateful that I did. I don't think that was the path for me. I think that being a therapist, I could have done it fine, but I think I would have been very depleted emotionally. You were a political science major.
Twice. Recovering. Yeah, when people are like, you have 2 political science degrees, like, what does that mean? It means that I get to make the sample ballot that all my friends take into the polls, and they're like, oh, this is who we're voting for. That's all my political science degrees have done for me.
And you're always voting conservatively, of course. We voted today. Today was the primary elections.
Yes.
My first primary election was because of you. I did not know about voting in primaries until I met you.
Yeah. That was a fun one too. The first time Hannah and I got to vote was 2020.
I don't think I was conservative at that point. Like I obviously didn't vote conservatively. Like that wasn't my vibe.
Yeah.
I already shifted internally, I think.
Yeah, we both were on a radicalization journey of sorts at the same time.
Did you ever have a conservative era as a child?
No.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure you've always like known who you were from
my
an early
conservative
age.
Era was like liking Hillary Clinton.
Which is the most conservative a person can be.
I've heard. I think about this all the time because I truly did not have anybody that was like a role model to me about this. Like I don't know how I came out the way that I did. All the odds were stacked against me.
Nevertheless, she persisted.
Nevertheless, she developed empathy.
Always
was reading. I kind of think that maybe added to it because I was learning about the experiences of people that weren't me. Shout out reading.
Shout out reading, shout out books, shout out public library.
Shout out libraries, shout out reading. Because I truly can't narrow down what happened to me to turn out the way that I did.
That's incredible. I didn't have that experience, but I love that. I think I was always curious, which is why I was able to question what I believed. But as a kid, I was definitely sort of parroting beliefs.
Oh, yeah. No, that's so classic.
I also think I don't know how to even explain this mindset, but I was very much of 2 minds. There was one version of my brain that was going to protest outside of Planned Parenthood against abortion, doing really bad stuff. And I think it was just because the whole group that I was a part of was believing in that. So it was a bid for connection and community. And then there was another mind that existed inside of me where I was really, really liking women and loving to watch Glee and writing Harry Potter fan fiction.
Inside you, there are 2 wolves. One of them is protesting outside the Planned Parenthood, and the other one is writing Harry Potter fan fiction.
Writing MLM Harry Potter fan fiction,
by the way.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Avery is actually...
Yeah, speaking of fan fiction, you may know me from my wattpad.
Do you want to show your handle or?
No, I actually don't want to do that at all.
What kind of fan fiction did you write?
I mainly was in the Hunger Games arena, if you will.
Were we doing gay Hunger Games, straight Hunger Games, all of the above?
It was a little bit all over the board. I would say the things I was posting about Jennifer Lawrence on my Tumblr, there was nothing straight about it. But the fan fiction I was writing was actually not even about the Hunger Games. It was about Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson in real life.
Oh.
Which is worse.
That is worse.
Probably.
I heard Brittany Broski had Cole Sprouse on her podcast, and she wrote fan fiction about him as an actor, not about Zack and Cody, but about him.
Yeah.
And had to read it to him.
Ooh.
And I would love to experience you reading your real life person fan fiction out loud.
I revisited this as recently as 2019.
I need to look into it bad.
Yeah. She got married. And so I had a lot of more juice to add to my, I hadn't updated since 2012.
Who was she married to first?
She married some art curator or something.
Okay.
That nobody knows. My chance went down the drain, but.
Oh no, not that you were 17 or anything like that.
Nothing like that.
I really liked that movie she was in with the little theater boy, and he sang Man Eater. What was that one? No Hard Feelings?
The little theater boy.
The tiny boy with the beautiful voice.
Yeah, no, we've lost the art of the comedy.
She was sexy in that.
Yeah.
It was a naked
Dude,
comedy.
Full frontal nude. You have no idea what happened to me in that theater. I literally had no idea going in.
You bisexual with your bisexual boyfriend?
I've been off the Jennifer Lawrence fan game for so long that that absolutely would have crossed my desk in a certain year. But the year that came out, it did not. And so yeah, full frontal out of nowhere. I was like,
hello?
She was my screensaver, my lock screen photo for several years.
I like don't think I did women as a screensaver in terms of like celebrities, because I think it would have been not like it would have been frowned upon for me to watch TV at the time, so like my parents would have asked questions. But I definitely had my female friends as my lock screen in like a gay way, like the ones where we were holding each other, like those were my screensavers. Just because I loved looking at us hugging, you know, like faces pressed against each other.
This is my bestie.
A lot of people on the internet in the comments of my most recent video credited you for turning me gay.
Turning you gay. Okay.
And I'd like to talk through what that looked like for me personally.
Right. How did I turn Hannah gay? You're wanting to see the playbook. I do have one. Yeah.
I think something about you with all of our friends is that you've clocked everyone as gay before they have, which is something I really love about you.
Yeah, I'm something of a prophet, I guess.
I was told I have the gift of prophecy as a kid. And I have OCD, and that was the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Worst thing to tell a little kid with OCD. You have the gift of the prophecy.
Someone was like, all those little magical thoughts in your head are true. I was on a mission trip, and this woman in the Appalachian Mountains. Sorry, is this funny to you?
I love mission trips. I think they're so fun.
I think they're so good for the whole world, and there's no problems with them.
No problems at all. I can't see
no
any.
ethical concerns with sort of going into a community of people that are maybe economically disadvantaged and then telling them that you can fix them. I don't think there's ever been any issues with that historically.
See any. No.
And thank you. I knew you would agree. But we were on a mission trip in the Appalachian Mountains, and this woman who I think was magic.
Yeah.
She was like how you would describe an old magical woman from the Appalachian Mountains. Comes up to me and she said that she has the gift of prophecy, and she's talking to me because she knows that I do too.
Right.
Which is the second time I've heard that in my life, which is very scary. And she tells me that she has this vision of me standing on a stage, like with like a podium or a microphone, speaking to a large group of people.
Look at her go.
And I think about it all the time.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Because now I do stand-up comedy, and I like sometimes I'll stand on the stage and be like, is this the one that she saw in her vision?
Okay, so she was right about that. Then she's probably. Do you get visions? Like, what have you?
No,
what have you foretold?
No, I have. I think a lot of people have this, but I'll have a dream sometimes, and I'll be like, I've seen this before, or I'll like something will happen to me in real life, and I'll think I dreamt this.
Yeah.
But I think everyone does that.
I get that a little bit too.
But I do feel magical. I've been manifesting lately, and it's been really good.
Yeah, no, I love to manifest.
I sent Avery a video. There's this guy on YouTube. I don't know if he has any followers, but his name is Brad. And he does EFT tapping, which is like you'll like tap on your face. I know a lot of people do it for therapy. It's very serious to me, and a lot of people do it for therapeutic reasons, like to calm down from anxiety. You'll like tap both sides of your face to calm down, but he does like tapping manifestations, and so I've been like waking up a tapping manifestation in the morning, and I think it's radically changed my life for the better.
No, so it's a chance that we're just on the up and up, but the whole friend group has been tapping, and some crazy stuff has been going on /
I know.
in a positive way.
I got a really cool opportunity where I get to fly to New York. That's coming up soon. I got head.
These are so many times in 1 week.
So many times in 1 week.
I got a job offer after tapping.
Avery got a job. It's bad time to find a job. And you found like a really good one.
No one told me. Yeah, no, everybody's tapping. Everybody's finding their miracles. So I guess check out Brad.
I'll tag him in the description. Yeah, that's like the closest to a spiritual practice I have right now.
Manifesting and tapping.
Do you have a spiritual practice?
I feel like I used to be, when you're talking about being magical, I feel like I used to feel a lot more tapped into my magic and like my spirituality, my power and stuff. And I don't know what happened to it. I'm trying to find it back. I would say the most like spiritual thing I do is like still like journaling. Yeah,
I completely agree.
Yeah.
You were the first person I met that rocked with journaling as much as I did in college, and it was really fun that we both did it. My mom read my journals as a kid. Did you have your journals read?
I want you to answer that question for yourself.
I'm gonna guess that no one read your journals as a kid.
No one read my journals as a kid.
I had a decoy journal. And then a real journal. I had a real journal underneath my mattress, classic place for under mattress. And then decoy journal was in my nightstand. Like I would write like, had such a good day with my mom today. She loves me so much.
This is one of the saddest things you've ever said to me.
Okay, well, it was funny in my head. And then real journal would be like Britney and Santana boobs. Like it would be like opposite
decoy journal. When you said decoy journal at first, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like your one for God and then your one like your real one, but no, it was decoy for mom.
Decoy for mom. But I think reading back the ones for God, I think that a lot of them were very performative. Like I at the time was writing for an audience that was God, even if it was like my more private journal. I was putting on a little front.
I've never really been rocking with a God vibe, but I used to be my own voyeur for sure. Like I was writing
I used to be my own voyeur.
I was writing for I don't know who I was writing for, but it was for an audience. I don't know if I thought I was gonna have an Anne Frank situation. I don't know what I thought. I thought there was gonna be an audience, but it wasn't like my mom was gonna read it. It was a unnamed audience.
This will be a book one day.
Yeah.
I have talked about this. I might cut this for the sensitivity of the situation, but as a kid, one of my like first big OCD things was around the Diary of Anne Frank. We read it in elementary school, and I was like pretty bummed about the ending.
Pretty bummed to find out about the Holocaust.
Yeah, pretty sort of like destroying of my sense of safety in the world. I was like, shit, really bad stuff can happen. But because of my like OCD sort of like neurotic, anxious nature, I sort of inserted myself into the Anne Frank story.
Right.
I talked to my pastor about this, and I was like, I'm so anxious. Like, why would God let such a bad thing happen to a little girl? And he said, it's because she was such a good writer. And if she wasn't such a good writer, you would never have read her book.
This just in.
So I thought that I, at 8 years old, would write something so prolific that God would kill me. So I didn't journal for like months. Like I didn't write in my journal. I didn't write papers for class. Like I thought I'd write such a good essay. And then God would decide that it was such a good essay that it would be better to kill me, so then more people could read.
You said
essay.
You're 8?
8.
Yeah, you're in like 2nd, 3rd grade, and you're like, this paper I'm about to turn in on the American Revolution is gonna rock God's socks so hard.
Hey God, I'm gonna cook really hard right now, so I'm not gonna write just in case you were thinking about killing me. Like if I did write something, it would be so good I would die.
Such a talented writer that God just had to strike her down.
I heard that he was in the business of killing very talented little girls.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the only ones that died were the talented ones.
Right. Yes. That's insane. But that was one of my first like, big anxiety things.
That's crazy. The mental gymnastics that people are doing pastor wise.
It is insane. Like, I think it's so insane that pastors have no license for counseling, but they have to provide so much counseling to a church. Like there's no, for at least the church that I grew up in, I know there's a lot of pastors that will go to like seminary school or divinity school or something and like learn things like family counseling. But for my church, it was just like a guy that worked in insurance that decided to be a pastor. And so like he was doing improv. Like anytime people had a question, he would immediately answer with like a very beautifully well thought out sentence. But it's like you just made that up. Like I can do that. Like I've done
Should
improv
we be
before.
pastors?
I think we should.
That's just the big secret, is that they're all just like
they're doing bits.
Improv.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was a professor for a second. You know this.
Professor alert.
I was a professor for just a second. Just
a very good professor. A favorite of all of her students. The smartest girl in the world.
But that's literally what it felt like. It was like improv. It was like
they trust you implicitly for no reason.
Yes, they literally trusted me so much. I was like, guys, the classes that they got me teaching.
That's literally what stand-up is.
That's crazy. I literally would practice my bits on them, and when I would teach 2 classes back to back, if it didn't work on the first class, I'm workshopping it for the next one.
Did you do Avery or did you do like last name?
No, I would go by Avery, but I was teaching in the South, and so that made a lot of people really uncomfortable. So they would usually go with the Professor Avery or Miss Avery. I literally used to put it in my syllabus, like, please call me Avery, like, don't, or Professor, like if you forget my name, but like, I don't need to go by my last name, please.
I met a lesbian Quaker a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
And I know we have a friend that's interested in being like a lesbian pastor.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could start.
Quakerism?
Quaker Shakerism.
Shakerism.
What's that movie called?
The Testament of Anne Lee.
With, what's her name?
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried, big gay awakening
Talented.
for me.
Oh, Mamma Mia.
Her work in Mamma Mia and her work in Jennifer's Body were transformative for me.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've seen, okay, we need to watch it. I haven't seen the whole Jennifer's Body. I just, on YouTube as a kid, would like come home from school and then Google Megan Fox, Amanda Seyfried kissing Jennifer's Body. I've seen that scene probably like dozens of times.
Yeah, it's a classic YouTube pilgrimage.
But I need to watch the whole movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amanda Seyfried has always been really important to me. What was your favorite like gay characters as a kid? Like, did you have gay, you're bisexual. We'll say it. I'll say it.
Bi people exist.
She's bisexual.
This just in.
And I'll allow it. I think that's fine.
Thank you for taking a stand.
I'm taking a stand in support of bi people.
I think bi people exist. You're really brave for saying that.
You are so valid. Did you have a bi awakening via like a homoerotic friendship or a celebrity character, or like what were some signs when you were younger looking back that you were pretty obviously gay.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything gayer than writing Hunger Games fan fiction. I remember always like having a real strong, I was always like really outwardly an ally too. I remember like feeling so, you know, like I'm crying when like gay marriage, like the Supreme Court legalized, you know. Like,
well, because you just care so much about the gay people.
I was an empath. I'm crying in solidarity.
I love that. I remember my 5th grade best friend drew a picture of a rainbow and posted it on her Instagram story the day that gay marriage was legalized in the Supreme Court, and I fell to my knees and cried, not because of gay marriage being legalized, but because I was so disappointed in her and I felt like I had lost a friend.
No.
I was like, shit, she's gone. She's gone to the gay side.
That's tough.
I know. I think I was doing evil in the opposite way as you. She's gay now. Happy for her. Bisexual. Also
another one
allowed.
for the bi community. It's contagious, I think.
I had never met a bisexual person until I met you.
It's a stepping stone for a lot of people, but there's a few still on the island.
Was there like a moment where you came to terms with bi, or you just like knew about it and you were like, yeah, I'm probably bi?
Okay, for me, and this is why sometimes I feel like pan might be the label that would maybe be more suited to me.
Okay.
Like there has literally never been anything like physical about any of the people I've ever had a crush on. Or like, I found people hot, but like there's like no type. I would have a crush on a masked person, I would have a crush on a femme person, I would have a crush on like gender, and like gender presentation has never been a part of my crushes on people.
It's always been vibes.
Right. It's always just like, are you sexy and do you have a cool vibe? And so I don't really remember coming out to myself. I always just like have always had crushes on literally everybody. The Gemini urge to flirt with everybody that you know.
Can I tell them about a crush that I saw you have on a girl or no?
Yeah. That was the first time I really was acting on it in a way that was like, yeah. So yeah.
You were being gay. You were doing gay stuff and being gay. I actually have a diary entry about this. So hopefully it'll be out by the time this podcast is out. I made Avery go to church with me because I wanted her to be holy, obviously.
Yes. And I was always interested in church in like an anthropological way. Like I always remember I went to a really small school, so like I always felt like an outcast. Like I was like one of the only non-church goers, and that always felt like a really big rift between me and other people. So I always was like curious about it. I'm like, what are you guys doing every single week? Like, I want to know.
I want to hang out. I don't want to miss out if we're all hanging out.
VBS seems fun. Like, what are we like?
You had two middle class working parents growing up in the same way that I did, and it was like we would do VBS for every religion. Yeah. Like Catholic, Presbyterian, Baptist, Lutheran. Like if you're gonna feed and house my kids for 5 days a week in the summer, they're gonna go.
I did actually go to VBS. That was my only exposure to religion as a kid, was VBS for childcare.
And you didn't believe it?
I had a lot of the questions that I still have now, like when people get really into it. Like I think the Bible's cool in like a story way, but like when they were trying to really like get us into the Noah was real and there was actually 2 of each animal on the boat, I had too many questions that they didn't want to answer. Yeah. Everything felt like so literal to me as a kid too, that I just was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. How did all the animals fit on the boat?
And you're so right.
How could they all fit?
Did you ever see Evan Almighty?
No.
With Steve Carell?
No.
Yeah, me either. That'd be stupid. I took you to church. And you proceeded to, how we describe, have a gay experience with the worship leader. The female worship leader.
I do think that it happens to the best of us. I do think it's important for context that it was like one of the like fake woke churches. They're like, gay is okay. They don't maybe necessarily mean it.
They advertised, basically it was important to me to know what their beliefs on gay people were, because at that time I was rocking with gay people because Matthew was out to me as gay. That was my best friend at the time. Yeah. Still my best friend. Yeah. And I was like, this guy should be able to like go to heaven. I don't know. So I asked them what their thoughts on being gay were, and they said that they're welcoming of all people.
Sweet.
But then you get into the church and they basically say that they don't have leadership roles for queer people. So like being something like a youth pastor or the pastor of the church or a Sunday school teacher or whatever type of like leadership roles or like paid roles you can have at the church, they wouldn't let gay people have because it was sinful still in their opinion. So like they wanted to get gay people in the door to convert them basically. But you seem to find a way around that, or I don't know,
Yeah, no, I went to church for so many more weeks than I thought that I was going to in a row.
You're just going to do 1 or 2?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to go just once to be like, what's all the hype about? Then I ended up going for like so many weeks in a row just because I had such a severe crush. And it was like not out of like, it wasn't once. There was things also happening that were leading me to like keep coming back, you know? You know?
Like women, like pretty girls.
Yeah.
With guitars.
First time we hung out. Yeah, like what do you mean you're writing a bespoke like song about me the first time we ever hung out?
People say that men will write songs on first dates, but it's everyone. Like, everyone's had something sung at them before without their consent.
Put that ukulele down.
I said this. Oh my God.
Put the ukulele down. If
Chloe?
you're hanging out with someone for the first time and they pick up a ukulele, run.
Leave.
Get out while you can.
She's going to break your heart.
It's not going to go well.
Chloe in high school, from my diaries, she would dump out Scrabble tiles, write a song out of the Scrabble tiles, and then sing it to me on the ukulele.
No. No. Is this universal?
I think so. I think it's gay women. I think Christian women that
Gay
are
women.
actually gay.
Gay women, let us know.
If you've
Gay
had...
women. Has someone written a song about you?
And did you run? Did she break your heart? Are you still...
How did it go?
Has anyone sung a song to you and you stayed together?
I don't know anybody that has.
Did your current boyfriend sing you a song? Has he ever sung you a song before?
No, and that's probably why we're still together.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any evidence that it works. So.
No.
My first segment is called What Are You Starting a Cult For?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to tell me something that you're obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
So Avery, what are you starting a cult for?
What am I starting a cult for? I have been really like, I was trying to think of an answer. I obviously have watched other podcast episodes and I was like,
Oh my
what would I
God.
start a cult for? Because I've always wanted to start a cult just for a cult's sake.
Yeah, you would be a good cult leader. I would follow you to the ends of the earth.
Right. No,
And I
like
did.
we are microdosing having a commune, okay? I think that we are really on the verge of getting a cult.
Avery started a big gay friend group.
Big
It
gay
started
friend
with
group.
college roommates and then a couple people from our floor and then expanded to like basically every friend that we've made since college has all been rounded up and we all live in Chicago within like a 5-mile radius of each other.
We are microdosing commune.
We are hanging out all the time.
Right.
I feel like I had the experience of like, you know, when you start a new relationship and you like lose yourself a little because you're hanging out with your partner all the time. I feel like I've had that with like when you moved here, I'm just always at your house.
Right.
I'm always eating snacks at your house. I've wanted to cancel dates before because I've been like, well, I'd rather hang out with my friends.
One of our other friends too the other day, she was like, why would I go on a first date if you guys are hanging out?
Yeah, like I already like you guys.
Right. That has been so, like, I've been unemployed for about 3 months, but literally, like, I don't even have any of the dread that usually comes with unemployment because all I do all day is hang out. I'm like, I can't believe I can't believe I'm working starting next week. And
No,
like,
I know.
that's going to really cut into my hangout time.
It's going to suck, but at least you're remote, so you can come do your remote job with me while I'm doing my remote
Yeah,
job.
no, I don't. Who are we kidding?
Who are we kidding? You're going to hang
hangout time
out all
back
the
on.
time.
Yeah.
But I do feel, not to be earnest, disgusting.
You get one earnest pass.
Okay, this is my one earnest of the day. I feel like I'm way more comfortable taking risks since you moved here. Since like we had like 5 members of our friend group move to Chicago at the same time. And I think that, have you heard of like the baby experiments where they'll have like babies and their moms come into a room to be studied and then they'll check like secure attachment, insecure attachment, avoidant attachment, and the babies with secure attachment will be comfortable running the furthest away from their moms without crying because they're securely attached. Like they'll explore more because they're closest to their moms. I feel like because I have such a close, I'm serious. She's laughing.
She's laughing.
I feel like because I have such a secure attachment to so many friends, I'm like taking bigger leaps than I have before.
And this is why your body count is up exponentially.
Stop.
That's so...
You can't tell them that.
Sorry.
And that is why my body count is up exponentially. By the way, if it starts at 1, it's pretty easy to go up exponentially.
Still, I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy that you feel like you can be brave.
I meant like comedy and career-wise. And you meant sexually. Which
No, I meant everything. It just feels like we're so up.
I think we're so up.
Collectively, we are maximizing our joint slay.
I'm going to make that the thumbnail. Maximizing our joint slay is really good. But yes, I feel like I've been a little bit braver because I think when I went through the whole thing of like losing my parents, like going no contact, leaving family, I felt kind of like flailing, like I just didn't have a safety net. But now I feel like if something went wrong, like if any of us in our big gay friend group like lost a job or lost a relationship or had like any sort of significant like grief or something that we struggled with, like we wouldn't let each other
Right, it's like what could be wrong?
hit rock bottom.
I still got my girls.
I still got my girls. I'm gonna cry.
If nothing else.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
I just totally capitalized on your starting a cult for Avery.
I'm starting a cult for being a good friend. I was reading something on the Atlantic about the friend group fallacy, and they basically were like, hey, chill. This is something that the media is presenting to you. Like, there's been so many shows lately about, like, friend groups, you know, like adults, and, like, there's, like, it's, like, trendy to have a friend group. And they were like, no one actually has this. It's aspirational. And I was like, I feel like you can start building one, though, you know?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, this is, like, 6 years of, like, work of all of us being, like, social and brave and meeting new people and finding out which ones might fit into the group dynamics. But like, so it's not going to happen like overnight, but like, what do you mean a friend group is aspirational? Like, That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
I think you are a fantastic friend. Do you have any tips and tricks for the people for forming a big gay friend group?
Okay. It does kind of feel like I have to check in on all my ducks, like, like periodically. I feel like that's part of being a good friend, is like keeping track of what everybody's up to and like trying to check in on how that's going for them. I would say like birthdays are so, I love birthdays, and I love birthdays so bad that I like feel like I have to celebrate everybody else's birthday like bigly.
You
so
taught me
that
to love birthdays.
I can ask everybody else to also celebrate my birthday in a big way.
You're like making an investment in other people's lives, so then they'll.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, you know, again, we're like maximizing our joint sleigh. Like I'm investing in the people around me, and I know that it will pay off for me too.
And it does.
And it does.
Wow, I didn't really celebrate birthdays as a kid. We would do like, I know, we would do like maybe a little grocery store cake, and then go to my grandma's house. And we didn't really do gifts, I don't think, for birthdays.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a thing. But you are going all out for birthdays. Like you insist on like we do like a trip or a big party or like a big dinner with a whole friend group.
I feel like so many people that like are like, oh, I hate my birthday. It's like in an insecurity way. Like I feel like it's never too late to be like, wait, I do actually want to celebrate myself, and
Let
I do
people
actually
celebrate
want
you.
attention, and I do actually want to like go do something fun for myself. Like whatever it looks like, it is different for everybody, but like celebrate your birthday.
I also feel like the more dire things get, sort of like sociopolitically,
Dude.
it's like we lived a whole nother year.
Dude.
Girl, we did it.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah. It's been like really, really hard because I know too much. That's a master's in political science thing, is like
Yeah.
knowing so much that it's like, how could you be happy?
I'm sorry. I watched you leave your eyes for a second.
How could I be happy?
This is your one earnest moment of the podcast.
No, I was thinking about Anne Frank again because I remember as a kid, I remember like after learning about the Holocaust, I think that was like the first bad thing I learned. Like that was the first time that I was like, oh my God, like really atrocious things can happen. And I had to like navigate like, okay, really bad things can happen. Like what am I going to do about that? And also how am I still going to be like doing my third grade thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely been like a lifelong effort to figure out how to still be like happy and celebrate things and hang out while still like being grounded in the realities of our political world.
I'm trying to think of how we celebrated. We didn't live together for that long because we lived together during a COVID year, but I think it was an impactful
It was a big year.
for me.
It was a big year.
We went to our first parties together.
We can find any reason to celebrate anything. Like it does not have to be somebody's birthday. We'll have a party for an album release. Like we'll have a party for just about anything.
We were gonna have a ranch party the other day because we found a new kind of ranch. Everyone bring their own thing to dip in the ranch.
Ooh. Yeah, no, the ranch party's happening. We're getting that selection of ranches. We're having a ranch party.
I have another segment for you. It's called Forgive Me But.
Okay.
And you're going to say, forgive me, but, and then share kind of like a hot take that you have.
I guess I'm just like, I'm really all in on friendship today. I'm really, really locking down on friendship.
Hate that.
But, forgive me, but I have like riders for all of my friends.
You do.
I know what everybody's accommodations.
Yes.
I know what everybody needs if they're coming over. Hannah's got her gluten-free mac and cheese cups. I'll get certain soda for certain people that are coming over. I know that you do that too.
Your writer, you have root beer and Dr. Pepper in my fridge all the time if you're coming over. I got you one today. Root beer today? Yeah.
With ice. Yeah. So that's not really a hot take.
I like it. Have a writer for your friends.
Have a writer for your friends.
Be prepared.
Yeah. Be prepared for anything that might come up.
I'm trying to think if I have a forgive me, but... forgive me, but... Put your phone down.
Thank you.
And Avery might be laughing at me saying this because
Sometimes you need help.
Avery is physically removing my phone from my hand sometimes, but it has astronomically improved my life, exponentially improved my life to have my phone down. If I need to get something done, I have friends around me, Matthew, Avery. I'll just give them my phone. Like I'll just be like, take this and don't let me have it back for 4 hours. I know that you can buy stuff to put your phone in. Like you can buy the brick to connect your phone to. You can override it. You can just tap the brick to your phone and then you can get your password again. You can put a screen time password on your phone, but guess what? If you know the password, you can enter it and then get back into your phone. These systems and these platforms were made to be addictive. Like they were created to keep you from being able to avert your attention anywhere else. And for me, they're very effective. They're very compelling to me. My work in terms of comedy and like creating YouTube content and podcasts is all social media. So I like don't look away. And since I have started giving my phone to other people, hey, turns out I think the phone was the problem.
It turns out.
I've been like less anxious, genuinely. Did you know about
Don't
that?
get me started.
Did you know that? Did you know that I'm less nervous now that I don't play on my phone for 12 hours a day?
The craziest book that I read last year was called The Anxious Generation, and pretty much everybody should read it. So I opened it up thinking like, oh, this will help me understand my students. This will help me understand people younger than me. No, we're the anxious generation. And then I was like thinking about my friends, and it turns out there's some anxiety diagnoses, you know? And
I don't
turns
think
out
we have any friends without letters.
the alphabet mafia and the gay way and the neurodivergent
Gay or
way.
neurodivergent.
Yeah, pick your letters.
Do we have any that aren't? Genuinely? No, I don't think.
Everybody's got some.
I love that. If you don't have any diagnoses, I don't think anyone would be following me if they didn't have something. At least one of the letters. Would you like to do confessional?
I'm a little nervous, but yeah.
I started asking personal questions because of you.
Okay.
You taught me about meeting people and then asking them insane things the second you meet them.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first 2 questions you asked me?
Yes, because I have kept them the same. Like, I pretty much never want to talk about the weather.
Yeah.
You see that the sun's out, I see that the sun's out. We can talk about it, and that's, like, fine for, like, an Uber or whatever. But, like, for the most part, I don't really want to talk about that. And so I was like, what do I actually want to know? Like, when I'm trying to get to know somebody. And so it'll, like, vary depending on, like, who I'm talking to. But if I'm having, like, a friendship litmus test, I always want to hear, do you believe in God? And are you gay? And that just usually, like, if once I hear the answers to those 2 questions, I can usually make a more informed decision about if I think that our friendship will be compatible.
That's so funny. You asked me them pretty much immediately. Like, I think it was very, like, a movie moment where we were both laying on our lofted twin beds, staring at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Doing that thing you do in college where you ask each other every question under the sun to get to know each other better. And you said, do you believe in God? And I was at a very tumultuous place in my relationship with God at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like,
No, we met at a crazy crossroads for you.
And then you said, oh, second question, are you gay? And I think I have a journal entry about this that I'm going to read soon too. But I think I was just like, I wonder why she would ask me that specifically. I wonder what about me maybe would make her think that I was gay, because I'm probably not though, right?
We did kind of talk about this earlier though. Like, there were several friends I kind of had to, only I can tell you what you are. And some people just got that vibe about them. Some people just got that look.
I think I found some old TikToks recently of me going on dates with men.
Oh, I remember. hey, I was there.
Do you remember me going on dates with men?
Do I remember? Yes, unfortunately.
And I was really going on dates with men.
Yeah, you were doing it in a masochistic way. It was like a self-harm.
And I do think about it like that now. Like Ernest part 2 is like, I think I just wanted to prove so badly that I was bi and that, like, maybe, because I knew I was attracted to women, but I needed to prove to myself that I was attracted to men enough that, like, I could end up with one.
Yeah.
And after, like, many dates with men, I never found one, and I was like, maybe we stop searching.
Yeah. Everybody's got to have their last ditch effort of, you know.
Yeah, gotta find out.
Let me try.
I don't think there's ever been a man that I've, like, thought about after a date. I don't think I've ever been on a date with a man and then he's asked me for a second date, and I've like wanted to do that.
Yeah, we both were going on some pretty bad dates, but I do remember you being like, isn't he cute? And I was like,
no.
Yeah.
I had these, like, really insane specifications for a husband that were I'm sorry, why are you laughing?
I just remember them.
Of like what specifically I needed in a man, and it was impossible to achieve any of these things.
Impossible.
Like 6'6".
Yeah. No,
like,
I do remember laughing about that.
I had these insane requirements for boys. And I never found any that met those requirements, and I was like, well, I guess that must mean there's not a man for me. And I don't think there is.
I don't think there is either, probably. That's just sin. Hannah might be gay.
Hannah might be gay. Oh my God, can we answer the questions that you asked me? Do you believe in God? Where are you on God?
Where am I on God? That is such a good question. I am really ambivalent about it. It kind of feels like it's not my business right now. I might loop back around to that later. Like, I know a lot of people come to religion when they're about to die. I'm not really that worried about death. I feel like I blinked into existence and I'm going to blink out of it the same.
I love. So God.
Do
you remember when we saw God?
Yes. And I was thinking about that. That's the closest I've ever been to, like, oh my gosh, wait, were they onto something religion-wise?
Can I tell you that my fear of death got much better after that experience?
Also, yeah, no. So do you want to tell the story or me?
We can tag team. Avery shared a lot of new experiences with me in college.
A lot.
One of them being the edible.
And
something about people that make edibles, like bake brownies and stuff.
Oh, they were homemade. It's
homemade
important to the story that they were homemade.
Is that you can't really divide up the amount of THC per brownie in the way that you might think you can. So like
the other layer here is like both of us are flying blind, and I don't know, like we fully had Google at our disposal. Like this was
we had
not that
never
long
taken
ago.
an edible, or like maybe only taken one.
So I had no idea about dosing. Like this was maybe like the third time ever that I had tried weed of any form.
And I'd never tried it at all. What happened was we had these little mini brownies. We both took a brownie.
Yeah.
And then after an hour, we felt nothing, and we did the classic double it.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's
Yeah.
not working.
Yeah.
And so we probably ended up taking a lot.
Yeah.
40 to 60 milligrams of marijuana.
Yeah. And nobody tells you, like, when you're, hanging out with your dealer, it's not like, hey, bro, like, what dosage do you think for me and my lightweight friend? Like, that wasn't really the conversation we were having. It was more like, what's your PayPal?
Yeah. I remember she was cool. She was like a cool stoner girl, and she was like, me and my stoner friends take half of one of these brownies.
Yeah.
And we were like, I think 2 would be good per person.
Yeah.
I think we would live.
Yeah.
So we took an insane amount of weed.
Yep.
And we're pretty much like comatose.
Yeah. We both were laying side by side parallel in our little twin beds.
Staring at the ceiling, and we both described like the exact same hallucination at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And that's another experience that I think is magical. Like Appalachian woman telling me that I'm a prophet.
Yes.
And this experience with you
Yes.
are my 2 most spiritual
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
I think I looked over you and I said, I think I see God.
Yeah.
And you said, me too.
Yeah.
And I know that we saw the exact same thing.
Yeah. No, that's definitely the closest I've ever been to being like, oh, wow.
I think in that moment, I felt like I saw that we were all connected
Yes,
via
yeah.
the particles of the universe. Like I
yeah.
felt in my body that I was made of the same matter
I
as the
know.
planets.
It felt like a really like shrooms experience more so. Like I wonder if she put some in there on accident or something.
It was like I've never hallucinated with weed since then. But
yeah, no, I don't know what happened to us. It could have.
maybe
Did
it
we
was
put
shrooms.
shrooms in there?
Did we take
Did
a
we take
bunch of shrooms? But I'm really grateful for it because I became a lot less anxious about like
Yeah.
heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, there's another option, and it's like that we all come from the same stuff, and we're
Yeah.
going back to it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I did drugs with you in college.
And I am so happy that you did drugs with me too.
I have another confessional question.
Okay.
And it's, what was your, I guess, like, do you remember any impressions of me in college? I think that's what the people want to know is like, what was I
yeah.
like?
What were you like in college? So yes, I do think that it's important for context that I didn't really know about all the daddy god stuff. Like, I feel like by the time we met, you kind of were starting to unpack all that. You had your gay friend that you liked already.
I knew one gay person.
You knew one gay person. You were cool about that. And you weren't really doing the skirt thing anymore.
I started doing pants. I was wearing like
Right.
flowy pants as resistance, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
doing like a funky flowy pant, a wide-legged pant, as a good like in between.
No, my first impressions, I was like, it's interesting that your parents live in town and you're choosing to live at school. So I was excited to hear what the drama was on that.
You probably just remember my parents showing up.
Imagine my surprise opening my door. I'm home alone, by the way. We've always had a little bit too much of an open door policy. Like, people are just walking in and out. And so one of the times, there's so many times that it went poorly, actually. One of the times it was a police officer. One of the times it was Hannah's parents. Like, they literally would show up when she wasn't home. I'm like, I know you're, like, tracking her Find My. Like, I know you know where her dot is. Why are you showing up here at my dorm, sneaking in behind a kid, by the way, because you have to swipe in with your ID. So I'm like, you snuck in behind a poor, innocent kid that lives here to come pop up at our dorm and do what?
I know.
I don't want to talk to you.
They would like bring me gifts, but like under the guise of like checking to see what I was doing. So like they would like bring me my favorite drink from a restaurant, or like bring me a new notebook to study with or something. But it was like they were popping up very often just to like see if I was doing drugs or having sex in the apartment.
Crazy.
Which I was, but obviously not when they were there.
It's just like
I had their location too.
Yes, like we live in a 10 by 10 room. The things that we're getting up to, it's pretty hard to get that devious.
I told Matthew about this on the pod last week, so the people will have heard about this by now. But my dad showed up when I had made your virgin cake. I had like just finished icing the cake and writing the red like virgin with a cross through it.
Yes.
And then my dad walked in and was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Avery's friends made that for her. She's a really they're a really bad influence." Avery's friends made that. It was
Avery's
me.
friends are really bad.
Avery's friends are having sex. It's interesting that they never walked in on us doing something nefarious. I feel like they could have.
Yeah, we were always drinking. Shout out Winking Owl from Aldi.
Shout out Aldi wine, $2.99 a bottle.
Shout out Winking Owl. And you know what? Inflation has not really hit that Aldi wine. So I don't know what they're doing in that, but it's always been about the same price. I feel like my whole life. And yeah, we're buying a box of Aldi wine, hiding it
In a Hydro Flask, a 64-ounce Hydro Flask.
it was like the biggest thermos you've ever seen in your life.
We would fill a bag of wine we would pour a bag of wine into the thermos
and then
drink
hide it. Yeah.
I forget that I like the first 2 years of college.
Yeah.
I lived in my hometown, and then I ended up transferring, but Avery was my roommate at the beginning part of my college journey. And I worked in town, and I remember one time I just had sex for the first time, and I was covered in hickeys, like bad.
I remember.
And then my grandparents showed up to like surprise me at work and order a drink. I like realized that I was getting a little too close to home. I was like, people should not be able to find out about this.
My grandma shouldn't be able to see my hickeys at the coffee place I work at.
No.
Maybe.
That's what my starting a cult for earlier was going to be, is that like I forgot how fun it was to have hickeys.
Hickeys.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't like them when boys gave them to me. But
it's like, oh, you want to leave your mark on me?
This last week been kind of hot. I've been enjoying it. It's nice.
Hickeys?
This just in. Kind of cute and fun. Kind of like, I think they're back.
Turns out having sex with people you're attracted to.
It's so different and fun.
We're so bad.
I hadn't really been up to that.
I know. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you so much. So that's, I guess, my second, forgive me, but hickeys?
Hickeys.
Who would have thought?
Hickeys?
Me with Beyonce this week. Avery put me on Beyonce. She likes Beyonce a lot. Okay.
She taught me the only one you're crediting for this. I feel like the whole world is trying to put you on Beyonce.
You taught me so many things. Is there something that you remember teaching me and you were like, I can't believe she didn't know that?
The one that always comes to mind for me was our trip to New Orleans, because it just felt like you learned everything at once.
We haven't talked to them about that. That felt like the line for me. Like, that's when I snapped into my current timeline was New Orleans.
Yeah. I think it started because Hannah got to watch someone else try to out-manipulate her mom.
Avery met my mom. Oh
Several
my God.
times when she showed up at our dorm.
If you guys were watching me on TikTok in 2019, we posted a video together from my dorm twin XL bed, and we said, hey guys, we're going to try to go to New Orleans, and we're going to see if Hannah's parents will let her. We were like crowdfunding for a trip to New Orleans. Avery went to my parents' house, basically like PowerPoint presentation to them about why I should be allowed to go to New Orleans.
Right. By the way, we're 18.
Adults with jobs.
Parents have no financial ties to our schooling or anything.
Yep.
Like, there's no reason we would need to like ask.
We go to my parents' house, and Avery PowerPoint presentations them to convince them to allow us to go to New Orleans. And she fucking did it.
She did.
I never thought someone would convince my mom to do anything. I still don't know how you did it. She has never been on board for anything like that in her life, but I think it's that you were so cool that she wanted to be so cool. Have you seen the memes of Donald Trump being nice to Mom Donnie? I think she was like evil, and she saw a light in your eyes, and she's like, I know this girl is cool as hell, and I want to be on her team.
It was pretty special. And I also just remember, like, when I called my parents, like probably the night before we left to drive, like I was just like, hey, we're going to New Orleans tomorrow. I'll send you some pictures when I get there. And then they were like, okay, cool. Love you. Have fun. And Hannah was like,
huh?
Like, I remember you being like, wait, that was it? Like,
you
nothing
didn't need
else?
like a 1 month lead up to be allowed to do that?
No PowerPoint presentation. Like, yeah. So I feel like that was just a really big, like, learning experience.
Your mom was a fantastic like foil to my mom, like a character foil. I remember our first day of college, the advice that she left us with was she's like, don't smoke weed from a pen, it's bad for your lungs.
She said, don't smoke weed from a pen.
Smoke
that was
it
the
straight
first
from the
one.
joint.
Yeah, if you're gonna smoke from a like, yeah, don't do any of the vape stuff. Like, keep it natural. And then, yeah, the second one I remember her saying was like, because she used to be an ER nurse, so she was like,
she's seen some stuff.
She's seen some stuff. She was like, get as drunk as you want to, but don't butt chug anything. And hey, I will say,
still haven't.
I haven't.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you for teaching me how your body processes alcohol.
Don't butt chug anything.
It's supposed to just go right directly. And honestly, both of those have held pretty true. Like, I feel like it was pretty good advice.
And my parents were like, don't touch a boy. They were like, don't touch a boy. Don't look at them. Don't leave the house. I was turning off my location as fuck. I was like, I was doing some crazy shit in the Find My space where I was like, oh, my phone was dead all the time because I wanted to have like an excuse for why my location wasn't uploading, which like probably wasn't super safe at the time to always have a dead phone, but it was my only workaround. The tracking situation.
Or I also remember, I feel like you were wearing like your friends like party shirts because like you didn't have any party shirts.
I didn't have going out tops. After the tube top was the only one I had for a while, but you were my source of going out tops. You and Maddie. I would just go to your closet and steal your shirts. Because I needed, if you're going to a college party, you have to show a little boob.
So yeah, I remember that also being a turning point of like, oh, I can wear immodest clothes and have so much fun doing it.
And then the tattoo was probably,
and then the tattoo.
It's sort of one of the worst friendship things I've done was in New Orleans to you, which is that
I forgive you.
We go to New Orleans, Louisiana together with the intention of getting matching tattoos, or like tattoos in the same place to commemorate our friendship.
And it
our
does feel like
roommateship.
important context that I'm usually the type A representation of the pair of us.
She's a type A girl.
I'm the one that's like, I'm researching tattoo places. I've got their hours in the notes app. I've got like their, you know, because we aren't trying to get anything crazy. It's just like little tiny like walk-in, like no shading, no nothing. Like, so just like trying to find good walk-in places, because like touristy cities can be scary with the tattoos.
And I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think I want to get a tattoo with you.
Yeah.
So we go to New Orleans with the intention of getting a tattoo. You make a tattoo appointment at a very nice tattoo shop. Yeah. Very reputable. I watch them like print out a picture of the design that you want.
Yep.
They're very sanitary. They put their gloves on. They wash everything. Yes. It's like a very neat space. They like consult with you before they put the tattoo on. They like
move the stencil if you want it. Yeah.
Gently like re-stencil it how you'd like it. They draw it on. They do the tattoo. Like, it's a very beautiful sanitary experience. Yeah. I chicken out.
She chickened out.
You go first, and I go, I can't get a tattoo anymore.
Yep. I think you picked one out. Like, I think you picked one out. Yeah.
I had the design chosen, and I said, can't do it.
Yeah.
Changed my mind.
Yeah.
And you were left with one tattoo.
And I wasn't that worried about it. It wasn't like we got matching ones or anything. It was just like, oh, we're going to get a little tattoo to commemorate our trip.
But it is a little bit shitty to be like, we're going to get tattoos together, and then for you to not have it together.
Yeah.
So, you can say what happened next.
So we were only there for like 3 days. It was a long weekend, and like we were leaving to drive home. It was our last day there. I think it's 10 p.m. And Hannah's like, I changed my mind. And I was like, you don't want to go home? Like what? Like what's... I changed my mind. Okay. And she's like, I want to get a tattoo. Okay. So literally all my research obviously out the window, because in my little sheet when I went back to it, none of the reputable places are open past 10 p.m. So I'm like, okay, like I'm sure there's somewhere open, but like, is there somewhere open that you think we should like go? So I'm like trying to help her figure, because I wanted her to get a tattoo. I was like, this feels important that we try it. So we put like tattoo in Apple Maps and like tried the closest place.
Siri, where can I get a tattoo?
We walk in, it smells like weed as fuck, which is like fine, just not really ever any of the other tattoo experiences I've had.
We walk in on a man getting a tattoo. He's getting a tattoo of a woman's name on his neck.
Huge on his neck, like with the full shading, the full everything. Like it is a neck tattoo. Like,
so this is a very different tattoo shop vibe than the one that we've seen before.
Yeah, like the one that we went to was very much so like walk in, little flash, like tiny little.
The man tattooing, his name was Dusty,
I
believe.
Shout out Dusty.
He is not really into like sort of like gloves in the way that the other tattoo shop was.
Yeah.
And you and our other friend that were with us, you look at me and you say, you don't have to do this. Like this doesn't feel safe to me. You don't have to. But I think in that moment I had decided like if I wasn't going to do it now, I was never going to do it. So I had to. So this man named Dusty, I watch him like roll a joint as he's tattooing me.
He is cutting open. He is rolling a blunt. Like he is fully rolling up a blunt in between appointments, which do what you need to do, I guess.
So he's very high for the tattoo appointment.
Yeah.
Instead of sort of like a stencil or a printed situation, I asked for a butterfly. He takes like a blue pen or marker and just like loose draws it on me.
Yep.
No sort of like idea of what it's going to look like. Loose draws on a butterfly. I think it's pretty good.
No,
I think it looks pretty
cute.
good. He tattoos it on me. He's smoking the whole time, and there isn't sort of like the glove situation. I know that you got like a clear sticker over yours for sanitation. Mine was just sort of like a Band-Aid, like a loose Band-Aid on my tattoo.
Yeah.
And it could have been really bad and scary, but I think you held my hand the whole time. You and our other friend.
You didn't get any bloodborne illnesses.
No bloodborne illnesses.
It healed pretty well. Like it turned out okay.
But it was like, I guess it was so transformative for me because I was like, in this moment, I have to make this choice that is irreversible. Like, I think I had been allowing myself to live as two people for so long. Like, when I'm around my parents, I'm going to be this person. And when I'm at school, I'm going to be this person. And I can just keep doing that forever until they die. And then one day I'll be happy. And that was just my way of deciding, like, okay, I'm going to forever, like, alter my body. So then this version of me is the only version of me, if that makes sense. Like I can never take off this, like, rebellious person that I am.
Let's just merge it into one.
I have one more question. I'm wondering what sort of like goals you have personally right now, like what you're working on.
So I just moved to Chicago from Texas.
Yay!
Yeah. So I feel like I'm still trying to soak up my like living in Illinois again. I would say still working on like I still kind of want to meet some new people. Like, I love
You love your big gay commune.
I love my commune, but what if there's more people that need to get added to it? Also, beefing up the commune for the class war, I would say. Yeah.
We need more skill sets.
Right, we need more skill sets.
So far, we have a cake decorator.
We got a lot of skills that are not getting us very far.
We have a lot of lesbians that can crochet.
Nobody's got any of the useful ones. I don't know anybody that can, like, weld or,
Who
like...
can fix a car. We need one of those.
Like, we really need to work on our useful skills.
Any parting wisdom you'd like to leave the people with?
What would I like to leave the people with? Put your phone down. Talk to some people that you haven't talked to before, or that you haven't talked to in a while. And yeah, that's really all we got right now. I feel like is like the people around us, and like trying to have fun while still being like grounded in reality.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you could come on the podcast today.
I'm so happy I could be on the podcast today.
I love you so bad.
I love you too.
Bye.